everyone, my name is Ijeoma Ucheibe. Welcome to my channel where I talk about everything HR related and its intersection with the law under the Niger HR Chick series with me. Today I'm going to be talking about a very touchy subject. It's something that I've had to deal with quite a bit in my career, and then how should you handle it as the HR professional that you should be. And it has to do with executive disengagement. Yeah, I was thinking of how to coin it better, but that just seemed to be the right thing that was running through my head at the time. Executive disengagement. Basically, when a member of the executive council, maybe a member of the board or top management staff decides to leave the services of a company, organization for, better prospects or career aspiration, that sort of thing. And then how do you handle it, right? Now there's a twist I'm throwing into this. How do you handle it when certain information you may have shared with this person is now being used to bargain, and then when that bargain falls through and they now have to leave? How do you weather the storm that comes with staff, with clients, with management? Because you are now forced to step up and defend yourself to say, okay, yes, was this information shared in the course of business? Was it shared out of malice? No. Was it shared out of an agenda? No. Right? And then staff want to know, okay, fine, this person we heard has left, has gone ahead to tell her story. How are our jobs faring in the light of this person's leaving? We are having to step up as team leaders for this person, depending on whoever this person was working with. Do we get an increased salary? Do we get an allowance to cater to what we have to deal with, the tasks, the deadlines, whatever it is this person was dealing with before they left? This is a very touchy time. More than ever before, this is a time to assure staff members that, number one, their jobs are safe as far as you can tell. If there's anybody who should be thinking of their way out, it should be you. But for the time being, you should also be thinking of tiding things over, making people feel a bit safer, because people will come to you with a lot of questions, and it behoves on you as a HR professional to be able to provide answers as far as you are able to, right, to employees. That is not the time to snap at employees because they are understandably upset at the situation of things, not necessarily caused by them, especially if there has been an incident like that, maybe an executive living in very murky situation, right, or circumstances prior to that particular executive leaving. So they want to be sure, okay, if executives are leaving because they're not getting what then happens to the rest of us? Is it that tomorrow we can wake up and hear that, oh, our jobs are no longer safe? What is the idea? And then those of us that have to report to this person, what happens to our work task? What happens to our deliverables? What happens to our deadlines? Do we now have to interface directly with the client? Do we have somebody coming in to step in as a permanent replacement for this executive who have left? Those are kind of questions that are likely to arise, and it behoves on you to be able to answer them to the best of your ability. We're not expecting you to perform miracles. You're not expected to know everything. The extent you can provide certain information that it is permissible, while we await maybe a board member or another senior management staff addressing staff to say, yes, we know that you have concerns, we know that you have inquiries that you want to make about this whole process, but we can assure you that all is well, and then these are the steps we are taking as management, and these are the steps that will be rolled out in due course. That way, there's a timeline, there's a process in place, and then they know that, okay, while we await HR or whoever is in charge of rolling out that internal communication, for instance, their minds can be put at rest. And then the clients should be sent an email, like a holding email, to say, yes, this person is leaving, for instance, but these are the steps we are also taking to ensure that your work does not suffer with us regardless. And that is when you introduce them to team members who can then step in to do that work. At every point in time, make sure there is no gap. You cannot be seen to be slacking in this respect, because you would take the fall for it, whether you like it or not. Oh, you didn't inform this client on time. Oh, HR, why didn't you indicate it in your to-do list? That sort of thing. And then that unenviable meeting with management to say, oh yes, we heard that you told this person this, and this. Now this was not gossip on your part. This was you confirming information or giving out information that was approved firm-wide, or sometimes approved at a management meeting to say, okay, these are things we should be doing, these are trainings we should be taking, these are things that would help the firm achieve its overall objectives or goals for the year. And this was now misused, and of course, like my friend said, pepper and maggi was added to it and made to look like it was coming from you, but it was misinterpreted or misrepresented. You also have to know that there's going to be a meeting for you to actually state facts and defend them. It doesn't necessarily mean that your job is on the line, but depending on what happens afterwards, you can be an occasion to determine if you want to continue working with this company, or decide that, okay, even if I don't decide to leave, these are the steps I'm going to take. Because whether you like it or not, you have to pass along information to staff, to management, to clients, but do it in writing. Because sometimes we get so caught up with, oh, this person is my friend and he's a management staff, and you end up being on the other end of the chopping stick. Yes, because this information is verbal, it's always your word against that person, but why allow it get to that point? Because somehow management tends to start looking at you like you cannot be trusted with confidential information. So it's not just a you and this person thing, right? It's now being viewed as information you shared with this person can be misinterpreted, or oh, this person doesn't know how to keep secrets, which is not a good place for you to be. So what this situation I experienced in, I'm not going to name the organization, right, taught me is zip it. No matter what you think you are telling this person, even if it is an information they are already aware of, but maybe they need clarification and you're trying to provide that, keep it in writing. That way, when it is made to look like, oh, this person told me, or this person, it's not look like gossip. It's something that is formal and it was made in writing. So you can always defend yourself and say, yes, this was information that was confirmed by management to be dispersed to staff, for instance. So it's not like I went around talking about stuff I wasn't aware of, And like I said, I always like to keep my videos very interactive and very informal where possible. But I hope today's video has helped, and just in case you have more questions or inquiries about how to deal with staffs, clients, and even management during the process of an executive in disengaging from an organization, you can always shoot me an email, and I will provide context and information as far as I'm permitted to. I still do have a code of confidentiality to my employers, so I can not tell you the name of the employer, no doubt, but I can tell you step by step, and templates I used to sort out those kind of situations and make sure it never happened, not just with me, but my assistant and every other person in the business support unit. I trust today's video has been very helpful. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe in the link down below. I will chat up with you much later. Bye.